Oh hey, I didn't quite see you there. Now, before I start, let me ask every one of you a question. Who here plays video games? No wait, don't answer that. Instead, let me ask you the other way around. Who here do not play video games? No? Today, more than 1.2 billion people play video games, whether it is on consoles, handhelds, PCs, or even mobiles. It's been researched that people all around the world would spend more than 3 billion hours playing video games a week. 3 freaking billions, and this number just keeps rising every day. Now, because of this, video games is one of the main revenue generating industry in the United States. In the year 2004 alone, it's been estimated the whole video game industry in the US is worth more than $11 billion alone. Not only that, we can see that the link between all of us, be it different nations or race, are tightening and closing because of the games we play together. Today, I'm going to educate you about the story of video gaming, how it evolves over time and according to the stages, from the humble beginnings of bit gaming to motion control gaming and then mobile gaming. Video games goes as far back as the early 1940s and 1950s, when academics begin designing simple games, simulation, and artificial intelligence programs as part of their computer science research. Video game would not reach mainstream popularity until the 1970s and the 1980s, when arcade video games, gaming consoles, and home computer games were introduced to the general public. Since then, video games have become a popular sort of entertainment and a part of modern culture in most parts of the world. In the history of computer and video games, bit gaming began on July 15, 1983, with the Japanese release of both the Famicom and the Sega 9000. This generation marked the end of the North American video game crash of 1983, a shift in the dominance of home video games from the United States to Japan, and the transition from block-based graphics to tile and sprite-based graphics, which was a pivotal leap in the game design. Ever since then, competition has risen immeasurably from different video games companies, prompting further development of games. The bit gaming wars evolved really fast, and just in a decade, 8-bit games like Super Mario Bros. Evolved from exposable pixels to 64-bit video games like Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, where for the first time ever, the real 3D gaming existed. In the year 2004, the way gamers interact with games changed dramatically when Nintendo embraced the beauty of motion control as a standard method of interaction. Motion control before then was considered as impractical and almost impossible to catch up on. But Nintendo had decided to take up the challenge and surpass the unimaginable when they introduced the Nintendo Wii to the world. The Wii Remote implemented the principles to be a worldwide success, and with that, the Nintendo Wii won the console world's that gaming generation, winning over the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Now, nearly every gamer was crazy for motion gaming. All the trends and fads moved from this direction to the whole new direction, still unexplored by many. This prompted many video games consoles to the same, as well as to satisfy this hunger of motion gaming brought by gamers. Sony started experimenting on the technology and made the PSI, which uses similar principles of the Nintendo Wii. Microsoft made the Xbox Kinect, which unlike the Wii and PSI does not need a controller to play at all, just pure motion sensing. Despite the success of these titles, reliable motion controls have been more elusive, with even the most refined motion controls failing to achieve true one-to-one reproduction of player motion on screen. Of course, more technological advancements have been made since the Wii, and imperfections of the system has long since perfected. Game Boy. Now that was a name that brought out a lot of memories. Oh yeah, I remember the times I would bring my Game Boy Color to school every day and play Pokemons with my friends, always to the teacher's frustrations. Now that I think about it, Handheld gaming didn't really begin before the Nintendo introduced the Game Boy handheld system back in 1989. People were again skeptical about it, and sales were initially not very good. When Nintendo introduced Tetris bundled along with the Game Boy, it caught on almost immediately, and sales everywhere skyrocketed. It was a magical time for video gaming. You would see everywhere people are holding Game Boys and playing games everywhere. The portability and ease of access were only something you would maybe see in a science fiction. Now that you may think that handheld gaming don't really have much to do with you, seeing that perhaps you don't own a handheld before like me, but you're pretty much wrong because handheld gaming does not only limit to systems like the Game Boy or the PSP. No, it also includes mobile phones. Remember the times when Doodle Jump was cool? Remember the times where you would slash up fruits in Fruit Ninja? Remember the time that every single one of your friends would compete with each other for the highest score? How many hours did you spend playing these games? Be truthful. 100? 1,000? Mobile gaming has long since become a mainstream media. It catches on quickly and are easily playable everywhere, every time. Just as easy a mobile game catches on, just as easy it gets stale and eventually forgotten. A game that is popular today may not be so tomorrow. Mobile gaming is the most unstable video game subculture existing today. Trends and fads come and go just like the rain, making mobile gaming also the most unpredictable video gaming. Video games have made a huge impact in a lot of things, especially us. A lot of things that we know and what we came to understand was because of the games we played. I've grown up with video games, and through it, I've seen games rise and fall. I've known people from all around the world through the games I played. I've learned valuable life lessons in it. And all I have to say, I'm excited about how video games are going to evolve next. Now that you have been more educated about the evolution of video games, I can only hope that you would see it in a different and more refreshed perspective. Well, thanks for listening. Remember to have fun. Yeah.